Broad Street, you run into Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles here in South Philadelphia. The kicker, Tyler Bass, has us ready to start. And off we go from the link. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchdown. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Daniels starts with a pass. He finds De'Ami Brown. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
This is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
To work with as they look for their first points of the game.
60 Bison. Here we go, shot. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 79 Bronco.
Cooper going in motion.
Huh.
And the defense snuffed that one out. It goes down as a completion, but no gain on the play.
Hold the ready.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Stephanie! Check go!
He'll look to throw. He'll try to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. Picked off by Jeremy Chin.
Well, we're getting a little test here early, Mike, to see just how easy is this team to rattle. Didn't look like they were able to get through that opening script that they had worked on all week. So I'm going to be curious on this next drive. Do they stick to the plan? Do they pick up where they left off? Or is there a little bit of a reaction, or dare I say panic, to come out and make some adjustments in response to that early interception?
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw the rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. And that is incomplete. With McCaffrey, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
You know, Mike, I'm all for being aggressive. There are definitely times where you have to go for it on your side of the field. I'm just not sure if at this point in the game this was one.
And he'll get this to the 43-yard line. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Ready!
Here's the option, running right.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. Do you know what?
Okay, ready?
The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger
Cut
carry.
19. Ready.
He'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
He's got his man. That's Kincaid. And he will have that first down.
Ready?
Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on 4th
Let's
down.
go. Ready?
And he's just pushing guys out of the way. Powering forward for a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
Set. Hut, hut.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Over the middle. Taken in by Cooper. He's in. Amari Cooper. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Ready, set.
Their head coach, 2 fingers in the air. They'll say no to the extra point.
Here we go. Here we
for
go.
2.
Cowboy 80.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion.
Go.
Now they'll set up to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. Hut.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniel. Taking the deep shot here with Robinson. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one.
Go.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniel. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniel. That's deep to the back of the end zone. That is caught for a throw. Zach Ertz. Touchdown, Washington.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
Samuel, going to see what he can do. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start.
Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Ready, ready.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go now. Street.
The tight end Kincaid in motion. That's taken in. It's James Cook. Now he's free at the 35. Trying to get to that pylon. Not there, but very close So the big play gets him down close. And now it's first and goal.
Ready? Cougar 19. Panther 60. Panther 60. Hup. Check go.
Back to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Amari Cooper. Touchdown, Bill.
Ready.
His second TD of the game, and this one
Seven
gives his
Pirates,
team
seven
the
Pirates.
lead.
Shut up. Ready.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack two more onto their lead.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a
Thanks,
certain
bro.
Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchdown.
I got to be on my P's and Q's or else I get my ass beat, guys, because, you know, every single opponent of mine, they're doing something cheap on defense. You know, I don't do anything cheap on offense or defense, like I said. But they need to. And especially in meaningless games, too.
Come on.
Daniels now on first down. That's over. Intercepted.
It's not enough to read the shell. They're probably not even doing that. I read the shell and I read the front. You don't get got if you read that front. So I'm telling players, add 1 or 2 more reads in your progression, do your blocking adjustments, and then add 1 or 2 more reads on the defense. I won't read the defense. I won't do anything like I do in tournaments. But I'm just saying. Fucked up with my blocking adjustments here on this play. See? How did I know I did?
And that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
Come on. Set.
So what we got here?
19 Lion. Ready.
He'll drop to throw.
Well, because mentally, like, for some reason, when there's something on the line, like when there's money in the line, or I know I'm playing a tournament game, like, it's just a different mentality. For some reason, when I play these games, I'll play on autopilot. I'll never match up defensively. I say it every game. I won't match up defensively. Very rare. If I ever do match up defensively, a lot of the times it's because I don't pick a play in time. So the computer will actually pick a play for me. Offensively, I won't read. I just like, it's not like I'm not trying on purpose. It's just that I go quick in these games, and I don't take, in tournaments, I take every play seriously. In these games, for some reason, I don't. And then I'm just reading one high, whether it's man or other 3, you know. At that point, you just got to know, if they're pressing me, I'm throwing that open. If they're pressing me, you have to throw it open. And then because it's man coverage, if you lay it up, let's say, for example, you're not sure about the throw, you could lay it up there for a back shoulder on that too. But depending on how they're playing with that press, right there, I bullet it or lob it, whatever. But if it's not great, I'm trying to throw a back shoulder there. And everybody thinks I'm talking trash because I tell everybody, like, what kind of opponent I am, because I'm not. here's the thing. I never used this scheme in 23 years playing online or quit a game in 23 years playing online. That means tournaments, too. In these games, I won't use meta plays. In tournaments, I use them if, um, you know, I'll use them if I just happen to find them or whatever. I don't even know what meta plays are, to be honest. And he's celebrating. I don't celebrate. I've been there before. I'm undefeated in tournaments. I'm doing this with the worst quarterback in the game. But I'll tell you what, like, my last opponents, they got to me. They beat me because the shit they were resulting to. I had a few players in a row, do nothing but back up. So, because I don't run the ball, I'm one-dimensional. I tell them that. And I don't care about these games, so I'm not willing to do whatever it takes because I know it's just too much. I have to run the ball. I have to pick good plays. I have to read the entire defense because they just get by picking their plays that they do, so they don't have to read it the same way. They don't have to do anything special. Fourth read. Saw that the running back was my fourth read right there. So my reads third read. No, I read the seam on the left side, the tight end on the wheel or vertical route on the right, and then I read that delay like slant, and then boom, fourth. Some pass concepts are easier than others, but you have the blocking, because you worked on that. For example, right there, that's a play where, that could still be your third read, but on that play, you're just reading, like, did they go deep? Did one guy stay low? Which guy is open? You're literally on a play like that, just looking for the window. There's plays where you're going left, middle, right, left, middle, and then you key in the defender on one side instead of reading the whole side. You don't have to. It's just something like through practice, nobody needs to tell you how to go through your reads. Everybody's different. Wow. Oh, it was a third one, too. Okay. But people think I'm trolling because I'm playing with the worst quarterback in the game, in the NFL. But if you watch my videos, I played with a punter at quarterback for 2 years, and that's why I was undefeated in tournaments. Basically, these players make the game easy, so they're never going to learn. Ooh, what do we got here? Oh, okay, yeah. But you see, like, what they result to here? What these players try to do? Oh, I don't have them here.
They will indeed go as they look to throw.
Those were years ago before I started recording my games. But I'm not playing with backup quarterbacks or backups or punters or the worst quarterback or third string quarterbacks with backups in tournament games. I'm playing with starters. I'm running the ball. I'm playing smart. I'm waiting on the play call screen for plays on offense to read what their personnel is on defense. I'm not surprised by that. They got to mix it up eventually. Still the first half. Holy shit. This game's going on so long.
Here we go.
Defensively, it's just like when you're on offense reading their defense, you have to read their offense. Yeah. This is the type of shit I'm talking about, though. Like, I'll give you an example. Right there, if he reads the defense, hey, it does not matter what kind of cover 2 it is, does not matter what the defense it is. I'm just pretty sure they have flats out there. They could have hard flats, they could have soft squat, whatever, but we know there's going to be, flats being played out there, So, and you can see that, You can see that pre-snap. So when I see that sometimes, I just get by saying like, okay, are they in a deep defense? Because you could play back with cover two, like cover any cover two, and make it look like you're in quarters, or disguise that from backing up. But if they're not backing up, and the defense is playing like a certain way, aligning a certain way, like right now you can tell I'm in zone because of how the corners on the outside are looking, you know. So then you say like, okay, I'm not going to say what defense I was in, but you were able to see that not just because of the play art, but you could tell what kind of defense that most likely was pre-snap. So if you look at a defense and they look like, okay, they're not pressing, they're not playing back, but they're 5 yards back, and not only that, they're like outside shaded. Just telling you like they're playing outside receivers like that, 5 to 8 yards back. It's some type of cover two, or it's just some type of defense that has the corners playing flats, whether it's hard flats, soft flats, it does not matter. So at that point, you can't just have one route in the flat. You need to have something to flood that. You need to have an out, a corner, comeback. But he just uses a play that has just like a drag going in the flats or something. He deserved that. Like I said, these are try-hard scum. Like, I have no problem with them doing whatever at the end of the half. I'm just talking about based off how they played all game. Why is it that they have to back out? They have to constantly audible. They have to constantly try to disguise their defense. And I don't do nothing, right? And then I'm the one being told I suck, I'm trash. I know how to stop. Listen, basically, I know I'm better at stopping pass plays, but when they mix it up and run it, like, you can only do so much. Like, you can put a deep defense out there with a blitz that can stop their deep pass if you know what pass concept is coming based off their formation or set. That gives you a key saying like, okay, they're in bunch. Let me put cover 2 man. Let me put cover 6 Willie. Let me put cover 3 match. Let me put this defense, right? But you still have to set your front a certain way and set your your run fits to also stop the run. And that's the tough thing. That's the tough part about it. And also, if you're going to match up with them being like empty 3 or 4 wide, 5 wide, you could go with a bigger like base defense, like a 4-4 against 5 wide. But you just know that you're going to be weak somewhere, and where you're going to be weak is going to be either underneath for a lot of yards after the catch, or deep downfield. And it's just like, what are you willing to give up on every single play? What are you willing to do? Are you willing to mix it up and bring the house when they don't expect it? Are you willing to, play man across the board, cover 2 man to make it tighter? Are you willing to play match defenses, drop defenses, make them check it down? Are you willing to use like exotic blitzes where it's like an outside corner blitz with like the strong safety playing the field flat to defend certain routes? There's one RPO all game. One RPO all game. I can count all the shit I do. No seam passes yet. I probably have a couple corner routes. I probably have 1 or 2 out routes too. And they play. Well, you see what they do. User rush, play 5D, back out, fake blitz, constantly changing the look. Like, I don't do that. It's just up to me if I'm willing to just, it's up to me. Like right here, they're trying to either bring a blitz here or they're trying to disguise the zone that they're in. Third read. I read the flat to the right. Went to the wheel, check the wheel. Yeah, I realize whenever they're in one high, I'm gonna assume because they can't stop me. You use like what's going on in the game to your advantage. They haven't been able to stop. Now it looks like they're playing cover zero. But we have to do our blocking adjustments, but just in case, hold it a tick longer. Now I'll go back shoulder here. All right. But what I mean is, like, a lot of players will show a cover zero. They can't stop you, but they're doing that to disguise it, and they're, like, backing out guys manually in zone. So sometimes it's like you got to mix it up offensively, and I just don't do that. Just like I don't match up defensively, I don't mix it up offensively in these games. And I love doing that in tournaments. There's an incentive to do it in tournaments. I feel like something like that is almost obvious because it's a long motion, but you know, I could have used another play out of that. That could have been a pass play. So there's a threat. There's a threat of a big pass from that. There's a threat of the run from there. And once again, playing one high, I know I can either have something to beat man, or cover 3, or beat cover 2 invert here.
He'll look to throw. Open man, right side. He's got it. He's going to have the first down and more. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. Down at the 12.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw.
And right there, I go with a pump fake because just in case, it's risky going to pump fake when they're bringing the house. But when they're using stuff away, I want to pump fake them, getting them somewhere. It's risky, but I had the time. Sometimes, like I said, you got to mix it up. You got to do something different, but I just don't like to. I hate the picking in this game.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone.
What's his name?
For a touchdown.
Leon. ¿Por qué tienes que jugar así, Leon? Yo no juego así. Yo no juego como todos los jugadores.
First and 10.
Let's go. Take go.
On play action, Daniels.
So now he has forced to pass the ball. I never quit a game in 23 years playing, Leon. I never used a scheme in 23 years playing. I don't know how to say that in Spanish. Sorry.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to
Yo
the
puedo leer
NFL
en español, yo
on
puedo,
EA Sports.
¿cómo se dice? I can understand Spanish, I can read Spanish, but I can't really, I can speak Spanish, but there's certain terms like that aren't really in the dictionary. Anyway, like sports terms.
Ready, ready?
On second down, it's Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
That's complete. It's Jamison Crowder. And out of bounds he goes, just shy
Sí,
of
sí.
midfield. They get
Hágalo
20 on the
tú
connection.
quieres,
Good for a
a ver que
Commanders
tú
first
quieres.
Got
Do
it.
whatever
Ready?
you want.
Ready, ready?
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels.
Tú tienes el tiempo para
Rush gets home.
correr,
Down. They got it.
Set,
para
tempo,
hacer
set.
que tú
Let's
quieres,
go.
pero
Do now as they come up on second
no sé.
and long.
Cougar 19. Hut, hut.
They'll go play action here with Daniels. And they're
No,
going to
tú no te muevas, no te muevas. Eso pasa cuando tú te muevas. It happens when you move in the pocket. Like QB contain everybody.
Time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all
He'll probably go to something cheap like a deep post or deep over route, and he'll probably get something. Oh, it's way too deep. I didn't realize that. But it is only third down, so we could check it down right here somewhere. That's like a check down.
Now, faster. Cowboy 80.
Well short of the first down.
Timberwolves.
No blitz here. Take your time in the pocket. Take your time. Stop drifting. Pero ¿por qué? Come on, man. Come on. ¿Qué pasó? Pero come on. Come on, man. I'm going to take a bathroom break again. Now it went down. My sugar went down from 343 to back up to 355. And it keeps doing that yo-yo effect. But it'll go down. It'll go down after this piss. Get a little cold. I'm wearing this hoodie, damn it. This hoodie's mine. Coleon. Coleon. Might as well be called El Culo. I'm going to say that. I don't need to send them a message. I'll try to change my ways.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles.
Guys, I can't help it. I wasn't going to talk, but I can't help it. His name is Kai 5-star. Let's see if he plays like everybody else. Or, like, tries anything to win these meaningless games. Runs the ball. Uses easy pass concepts.
The kicker, Tyler Bass, has
And
us
tries to
ready
score every
start.
single drive.
And off we go from the link.
If he's another tryhard. Let's see if 5 stars is another tryhard scum.
It's a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first.
Great, set. 63. No touch.
To the air right away is Hurts. He's going to air one out right away. And that is into the hands of Goddard. He's got it. And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line.
Yep, so far so good. First play, tryhard scum.
But in all seriousness, think about what this guy has to handle in the passing game. Not only to be the possession guy, convert first downs underneath, but then have the ability to be the matchup to get downfield and be vertical in the passing game. There's not a lot of tight ends around the league that can do both, and when you have them, I don't blame the quarterback for looking his way. This defense is able to get the hold here on first down, Mike, but they might have to do it 3 more times. I think if I'm this offense, I'm saying this is 4-down territory. I've got 3 more shots to gain 1 yard. Here you go.
One more time, they try Barkley. And this time, he will work his way into the end zone. Saquon Barkley.
And now the mic symbol goes on because either he scored, or he thinks we're trash talking, or he thinks we're trolling. Now we're not doing one of those.
Jake Elliott now.
These are meaningless games.
And he misses the extra point.
Okay. I'll give you another chance. Don't do that again. I'm not trying in these games. I don't want to try in these games. Don't piss me off. The five things, I give you the list of the 5 things right now. 1, do not lag switch me. I know how to play with lag switches. 2, don't celebrate constantly. Don't make it obvious. 3, do not talk constantly. I don't hear anybody. I mute everybody I face. But I'll be looking at that mic symbol and seeing if you're talking after every single play on offense or defense. Let's see. 4 or 5 is don't audible, because I'll beat you for a big player touchdown. Those are things I do in tournaments, so don't do that.
The tight end Kincaid in motion. Looking for his tight end on the field. He's got it. And they'll be set up now.
I do not play smart in these games. I don't match up defensively. No user rush, no fag D. Don't stay in advantageous defenses. I don't run the ball. I'm one-dimensional. Playing with the worst quarterback, not running the ball, playing one-dimensional. It's not on purpose. Well, kind of is, because I think players are you-know-what for running the ball. So. Offensively, I go quick. Defensively, I go quick. Don't match up defensively. Offensively, I don't study my opponent's tendencies. I don't try to manipulate my opponent's user with plays. Very rarely. Very rare key situations I will. No meta. See all the stuff they have to do, guys? I only need 1 drive to tell you guys what kind of player they are. But they all think like, hey, it's a competitive game. We're playing online, aren't we? It's not the same thing. I'm undefeated in tournaments. It's not the same thing. There's 1 around. Maybe 2 on this drive. Yeah, 2. So I never use seam passes. I will only use seam passes if my opponent spams them, and then I'll use them to tie or win, and I have done that. I very rarely use corner routes, out routes, and curl routes. Comebacks as well. So, but players think, you could add post routes to that. So, post routes, do them a little more than rare. I guess you could say seldomly. I'm not sure the definition. But players think I'm trolling because I'm playing with the worst quarterback and not running it, or playing however I'm playing. I'm undefeated in tournaments because I played with a punter at quarterback for 2 years. 4-3. Guys, my throwaways are more impressive than what they do. Because it's my 4-3. I have to mix it up in order to beat players like this because all the shit they result to that I don't do defensively. I have there's some players, rare players, who will change up the defense every single time. They'll audible to different fronts, different defensive formation sets. They'll give you 1 high, 2 high. They'll fake blitz, press, all that, which is crazy. It's that easy, guys, right? Man across the board, and you see that pre-snap. But, they could obviously put hard flats out there, manually.
Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that.
I already know only one thing's going to get open, so this ain't a good play. All right, guys, what do I say?
Back to throw. That'll be caught. And he will pull his way in for the 2 points.
Third read.
Everybody's looking to end every
I read the out route on the left. I read where his user was, which was trying to stop the spot that I had. And then, boom, third read. And I kind of expect that pre-snap. Because if they know what play's coming, right? Sometimes you got to assume they know what play's coming, right? And then you can think, okay, where's his user? Okay, his user's over there. Okay, he's stuck with that guy. Good. The other guy's playing back. Guess what? Keen on him, keen on the actual user, whether he was usering him or not. I'm keening on that defender and what he's doing. And that's all. I just want players, listen, you play however you want. You want to use meta, you want to run the ball, make it easy, do whatever you want. Just add, I just say, just add 1 or 2 more reads in your progression and add reading 1 or 2 more levels of the defense. Add 1 more read and read the defense 1 more level. When I used to watch YouTube clips for Madden, I'm a broken record. They would only tell you about the shell. They would only tell you, if the corners are 5 to 8 yards back, it's cover 2. Or if you read 1 high and the corners are playing back, it's possibly cover 3. If both the safeties and the corners are playing back, it's possibly cover 4 or quarters, right? It's all the obvious shit. But no. You don't really need to know. I've learned this. You don't really need to know what the defense really is in because you can't read the defense completely. You just can't read the defense. It could be 1 high. It could be a lot of different things, right? But if you do your blocking adjustments, if you read the front, he's not getting got on this play. So it would not have mattered what my coverage was because he would have had his original plan and backup plans, and then he would have had his protection, right? He would not be getting got. And nobody wants to get got in these games, but the way they go about it is they try to have pass concepts, schemes, to get the ball out quick and force you to not be able to defend the middle, force you to you know, like, oh, we're going to run the ball so we can open up the middle because they're going to come down the play to run. And then they go with levels, mesh, drive, and they go with play action crossers, everything to like dress everything up nicely, you know, so that you can't defend all the crossing routes underneath or over the top. And that's all it is. That's how they want to play. Every single player. That's how every single one of them want to play. So people wonder why they call me a bad winner and a sore loser. They wonder why. Because there's not a real Madden opponent. Regardless of how many points they score, regardless of how many wins they get, I'm the only real one. Third read. Might be incomplete, might be no gain, might be a loss. It's still my third read. But I tell players, oh, now you want to force me to go to 1 or 2 reads now? Alright? Just in case, I also wasn't born yesterday. So. Round 2. Oh, 2nd and 11. Yep. Well, the reason that you could go to a run against a cover 0 is that particular cover 0 is because it's a bigger front, meaning they have more guys on the line of scrimmage, right? But if you get a hat on a hat with that cover 0, you could break one. And then it's just you against safety because there's less second level defenders, meaning there's less linebackers, there's less edge defenders because those guys are on the line of scrimmage. So that's one tip I can give you guys real quick for that. And he's not going to actually use her that. That's what I look for with one hand. But other players will spam that. I won't. I'll only do it if I need to. Players will do it to spam and score every single drive.
70 Lion! Go! 60 Eagle! 60 Eagle!
Right here, guys. It's just as simple as saying, do we have a hat on that hat? No, I don't think so, but I'm still running this play. Like I said, I'm still running it to show you guys. Don't have a hat on a hat, play's not going to work. Teaching out here. I did that for you guys. I mean, it's obvious. I didn't have to, but I did it for him. I did it for you guys too.
And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return.
And for example, if I do not match up defensively, and I don't read his gun spread flex sweep, you know, I may not know what covers it, but I can put certain defenses, certain blitzes, I can make them check things down, mix it up, whatever, you know. What I'm saying, guys, crosser. I don't know, when I say I don't know how they're having fun playing these games, I mean it. Now we're going with bunch quads. Luckily, what? I know what to do against that, but they can also mix it up and hot route something, run out of it. Who knows? Right? He might go vertical here against man. Yep, do it. You had him. As I say, when you're a bunch, you got the vertical. If it's man coverage tight, the vertical on the right will be open against man coverage. And I just know that because I put certain defenses against the computer and see how do they go to their reads, where do they go, who actually gets open, and because of that, I know which defenses work, which defenses don't. They're loyal. I'll tell you what, they're loyal. There's at least one crosser every play, at least one. But like I said, I don't blame them. Do I do it? No, but I don't blame them. They need to have a safety valve in these meaningless games. That would have been a pick. So you keep relying on those. You know, it wasn't too long ago that I had an issue trying to defend deep passes, deep pass concepts at a 3, 4, 5 wide, at an empty, because they would mix running the ball, whether it's a QB power or whether they're not empty and they're in 3 or 4 wide. You know, if they're empty, obviously you can mix up your coverages more and not have to worry about the run unless they're going to have QB power or something. Gonna say don't throw that. It's tight. I wouldn't. They're gonna be another quick 5-star. 5-star probably in Fortnite or NBA. Maybe that. You know, but people cheat on NBA too. I'm sure people probably cheat some on Fortnite. You know, the game he plays. I don't even know how much time is left. Wow. Because I don't want to use that play again, I'll just kick a field goal. Because they want to give me the same kind of play. I just kick a field goal. Or, you know, I'll run one play.
The ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Over here.
Let's go.
Well, I mean, players won't go 4 to 3 deep there. I get it. Let me tell you. Get players are so cheap trying to get free releases with them. I didn't know I had a timeout. No, okay. Like I said, I don't care about these games, so I would be going for it right here. This is practice for me right here. These games are practice for me anyway. Let's see. This is a situation, like I said, where I will try to manipulate the user. I will try to do certain things here. And try to get the block in right here, first of all. Okay. Let me put him on that. And let's see how much time I got. Right? Players like doing that shit. I say I don't care what you do at the end of the half. I don't care what you do. That's what they do. So, and that's what I mean. Easy shit like that. No, I'm just gonna read. Oh, are they playing? You know, if there's a hole right there with the running back, I'm hitting it. That's how they play. And I'm supposed to respect that. So I'm gonna start doing some shit myself. Not exactly everything they do. I'll never do that. But, you know, these players are also hypocrites because if I am losing this bad, they're saying, oh, you suck, you're trash, admit you suck, get off the game, you blow, blah, blah, blah. Me? No, I never said that ever. Not just in my Madden career, 23 years playing online, but my whole gaming career. And not only did I not say that, I never even thought it. So, why is that? I mean, hey, I didn't come from a 2-parent household. In fact, I was raised by my cousins and aunts. And I really had to raise myself. So, nobody actually raised me on what to do, what not to do. Maybe like because I had a stealing problem when I was stealing like cookies or lying about stuff, you know, that I was doing. But I was like 11 years old, and I said, you know what, I'm done lying, I'm done stealing. At 11 years old, I was done. So I raised myself. But I'll give you an example. On my 8th or 9th birthday, 8th, 9th, or 10th birthday, I'm in like 1st, 2nd grade, whatever it is. My friend comes to, basically it was a surprise birthday party. My cousin and his fiance surprised me with a cake. They knocked on my classroom door. The teacher went to go open the door. It was my cousin and his fiance. It was like the coolest like moment You know, still looking back at that. It's like a scene from a movie, right? And basically, they wanted to pass around pieces of cake. My best friend was trying to help out. He ended up dropping my whole cake. Big ass cake, right? Big ass cake. There's my third corner. Like I said, I can count how many times I use them. 3, doing something 3 times out of 50, 60 plays, I'd say that's still rare. But that's on him. And that's what players do, right? This is what players do. Once again. 5 stars just upset that he couldn't do that. Right? They get upset. They're prideful. Like I said, these games are social experiments. Like I said, I could lose a game, 72-20, like the Broncos beat the Dolphins. I literally lose games like that. It's been a long time since I have, but I lost games like that. And then in the next game, I could beat somebody 35-7. Like a few games ago, I lost 28-6. That's the score right now. The next game, I beat somebody 44-12. So it was almost like, double that, the score, basically. So it's like, I'm not trying. I'm not. Like, I did not need to try to see that right there. Because I go through my reads. Hit that. That's what I'm saying. If he hit that flat, guys, that would have been the best play he had all game. And I don't just say that to him. There was a guy who scored almost every single drive against me and picked me off and did whatever, was winning like 60-20 something, whatever, right? And his last drive of the game, probably because I was telling him he doesn't go through his reads, right? He checked it down, right? He had like some kind of jet play action, jet sweep play or something, fake jet play, and then he checked it down to the flat. Hindsight being 50-50 now, there you go. I respect the fuck out of that. I love that. I love you for doing that. Thank you. If you would have done that the whole game, it wouldn't have been like this. And that's what I'm just trying to tell players. That's all. But we're not just throwing a check down and it's open. We're going through our reads. That's right. That's right. Maybe I got to force players to go to check downs. I don't know. There you go. Taking off with your quarterback is another form of a check down. Because everything was covered. Maybe you could have threw that out route, but you don't need to risk it. Take off with your quarterback. That's smart. That's respectable. There you go. One play at a time. I'm going to say I was... But now he's, right... He sees he had success with something, keeps going to it, relying on it. That's the problem with 99.9% of players. Getting comfortable. And then when that comfortability is gone, what do they have? You can see I'm just picking the same play. Same defense, same front, same coverage. I would not go with this. Right here. Play smart right here. Check it down or do something else right here. That's why I said what I said. Because cover 3 match does a good job. But I didn't stay in cover 3 match because I'm just doing what other players do and just want to play lazy. I was bored. I was like, I don't want to go 2 plays right now. I don't want to have to. What's another word for not trying? I don't know. Another word for not trying. Hey, Google. Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri. What's another word for not trying? Back shoulder? Yeah. Just messing around. Hard, tough, arduous, stressful, demanding. I got trying. How is that? How are those synonyms for not trying? I don't understand that. By the time they go to check the crow flat, that they only read the crow flat first. Believe me, I was there 2 years ago. But I was like, wait a minute. How can I read every single play? I literally go into practice, still to this day, adding new plays and saying, do I like this play? Does it make me stare down certain routes deep? Like, I don't, that's why I very rarely use, I very rarely use switch concepts because it makes me stare down both of those routes too much. So if I would use them, I would probably look to everything else first and then go to them as like my third or fourth read because I had a problem using switches. I lost a lot of games in the past, years ago. One seam pass. One seam pass. 3 or 4 corners. I'm done not running up the score. I'm done with that. Like, you know, I gotta put them in their place. I'm sorry. I have to do this for what my last opponents did. And for that talking in the beginning, I didn't hear what he said. And to be honest, I kind of don't blame them because, like I said, they may think that I'm trying to trash talk. They may think in some way I'm trash talking, but I'm not. They may think in some way I'm trolling, and I'm not. I just go through my reads, and it's just like, for example, I'll tell you, I'll use an example. I don't know how old he is. He could be a kid and not care, or he could be a grown person. But it would just be like if a new age of workers came into somebody's workplace, right? And everything was easy for them. And the one guy who's been waiting 20, 30 years for a promotion, the one guy in 3 months gets his job. Does that seem fair? That's just like an example. You know, it's an example of many. It's just like if I was a billionaire and I went randomly and I said, I'll give you millions of dollars if you did this, this, and this for me. Would you do that? You would sell your soul. Would you stay the same person you are, or would you do those things? Or would you take the easy way out in life and take millions of dollars and not have to work hard your whole life? I'd rather work hard my whole life than get those millions of dollars. As an example. It's just like people who rob banks, try to do certain crimes for money. It's the same way. Trying to get thinking they're getting an easy way out. It's not fair to somebody like me who actually loves the game and sees his only outlet to football played like this. Taking like I said, everybody just steps all over it. Everybody just spits on it, shits on it, pisses on it. But the game is. And sadly, I don't think it'll ever change. It's. I don't have a problem with whatever somebody does, but when they feel like they need to spam the same play, that's when I'm like, why can't you mix it up? Are you not, do players not know how to read the defense? Do they not, it's very, very easy to read a defense. It's easy to read it pre-snap and get an educated guess on what the defense could be and do your blocking adjustments. And then have a backup plan. Oh, I think it's really cover 2 invert, but maybe they're trying to disguise with a 1 high, and maybe it's cover 2 invert. So I do my blocking adjustments, make sure the blocking is good. Oh wait, it's cover 3. Okay, I'll stay in the pocket, go through my reads. I have a cover 3 beer on this side of the play. It's just like that. And so I don't understand why players have the result to what they do on both sides of the ball. I may not be trying in these games, but I respect the game to not play it the way they do. and I'm sorry if that makes me come off a certain way. But,
Second down throw for Hurts.
you know, other players wouldn't like it if their game was shit on.
Goes to the
You
ground,
know,
and it's an incomplete pass.
like imagine going on NBA every single game and seeing somebody like do a cheap tactic that you can't even stop. Like, let's say somebody's playing Madden and they use like a direct snap glitch, or they're using like, I'm not saying these are the same as glitches. I'm just saying these are, you know, it's they dumb down the game too much, too easily. And then the problem I have with them is that they'll trash talk and say like, "Oh, you suck," or "I'm better than you," "I won," "You lost." You know, that was fourth down.
Incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call.
And you know, like I said, they could be changing their tune. They could be saying respect, respect. But like I said, I have no respect for these players. I even face former coaches, former players, and high school level, college level, whatever, and they still play the game like it's a video game. And no doubt you have to play it like that because of how they play on defense and how you have to match up because of it. Because of how you have to adjust to what they do. Because they're playing the game the way they want to, so you kind of have to adjust to what they're doing, you know. But I'm seeing these players, they're just using the 5 moves to do, trying to get by. And everybody's just like a troll here, every single player. It's all about wins, it's all about gratification, it's all about, you know, scoring every drive. I mean, I'm going to score every drive. You keep, you know, playing with that. Still going through my reads. I'll tell you, that was my first that time. Oh, shit. Yeah, I canceled that subscription. I forgot. Okay. I thought I didn't cancel that subscription. Just got a notification for my phone clean cash app or whatever. I had a 14-day trial, I believe, for like $6.99, $7.99 a month or whatever. I cancel shit as soon as I get them, so I don't forget. Some places you can't cancel them immediately. 42-6. I mean, of course, nobody's on live when I'm whipping that ass. But when they're on my live stream, I'm losing. I'll have guys in my live stream. They'll see me whooping that ass and they'll leave because it's like, oh, what the hell is this? But when I'm losing, you know, they're on there. They play Roblox. No wonder. They're probably just like, stop, I'm just a kid. Stop, leave me alone. There's a mute button. Use it.